Hello, dear audience. Welcome to my presentation. Today, I'll be sharing with you my research regarding a case study that I did to find out whether or not there is a cure for cancer. My name is Janan Behju, and I'm doing this for my AP Biology class. Firstly, let's talk about the conspiracy theories surrounding the idea of a cure for cancer. So, the first theory is that the government already knows of a cure for cancer, but is hiding it away from people since it is a way for them to control population growth. The second theory is that big medical companies, such as Big Pharma, are hiding away the cure for cancer since cancer treatments are currently really expensive. And if there was one single way to treat cancer, they would lose all the profits and wouldn't make as much money. So, in order to answer whether or not those conspiracy theories are even a possibility, we should talk about what cancer is and try to move on from there. So, cancer is a disease caused by uncontrolled cell division, and it is basically determined by the activity of cell cycle regulators. So, proto-oncogenes are genes that promote cell growth, and their mutation or high number of copies of them can make them permanently turned on and active at all times, even the times that they shouldn't be active, which leads to cancer. Tumor suppressor genes are also cell division regulators, and they do this by slowing down the process, repairing the DNA mistakes, or starting apoptosis. And when they fail to do what they're supposed to do, it also causes cancer. So let's talk about what puts people at risk of getting cancer. First of all, environmental factors, significant exposure to pollution or radioactivity. Secondly, unhealthy personal habits can lead to cancer. For instance, lack of exercise, addiction, and lastly, wrong diets. And genetics. Let's first talk about the stages of cancer development. Initiation is when the single cell becomes mutated with the lead of the initiators. Promotion is when the promoters increase and spread out the mutation throughout the cell. And progression is when the cell division becomes completely out of control. What are these stages of cancer? Be careful because this is different from cancer development. During the early stage, cancer is small. It's only in a local tissue or organ. There is no spread, and it's basically like a benign tumor. It's easily treatable, and if you're diagnosed early enough, it would be really easy to reduce it. And as you move on, it just spreads to other tissues, and as it gets more and more distant, it becomes more dangerous. So, cancer is classified based on its location in the body and the tissues that it forms in. The 5 major types of cancer are carcinoma, sarcoma, melanoma, lymphoma, and leukemia. Doctors usually classify cancers based on their histological type. However, the general public is more familiar with cancer names based on their primary sites, such as the skin, lungs, breast, prostate, etc. Now let's talk about the treatment ways. And the first one I'm going to talk about is chemotherapy. How it works is that it kills cancerous cells with medications that target the dividing cells, and the chemicals can also shrink the tumors, but there are some risky side effects. And the advantage is that it reduces the chances of cancer coming back, but it's limited because it doesn't always work out and it doesn't completely eliminate cancer in all cases. And the side effects is that it might also affect your healthy cells in addition to the dangerous ones. The second type of treatment I'll talk about is surgery. And open or minimally invasive surgeries may be used to remove the cancerous cells from the patient's body. It's known as the most effective treatment for removing your cancer, and it's limited because it usually works only for localized cancers, but when it's spread out, it doesn't really function as well. And the side effects are pain, infections, and digestion problems. The last one I'm going to talk about is radiation therapy. And it uses high dose radiation to kill cancerous cells and may be used to shrink tumors before surgeries or reduce the tumor related symptoms. It reduces cancer symptoms when removing the tumor is impossible, and it can help during the surgery process, but it's limited because there is a certain amount of radiation that you could get without being unsafe. Radiation can cause damage to healthy cells in addition to killing the dangerous ones. We're now back to our beginning question, which was if a cure for cancer is possible. My answer is it is highly unlikely, and I have reasons. So there are over 200 mutations associated with cancer, which makes it really hard for one cure to be able to target all of them. And secondly, the profits would be way more for a single cure than the current treatments, and I think the company would make way more money selling the most expensive medicine in the world. The third one is that the survival rate for many common cancers has increased by more than 30% in the past 2 decades, which shows that the governments have not been using cancer as a way to control population. Thanks a lot for listening to this, and I just want to give credits to Mr. Gibney, my AP biology teacher at TASM, who encouraged me and the other AP bio students to make these presentations. Thank you. Have a great day.